Come on. Okay. I think it's finally recording. All right. Hello, everybody. Today I have a rant. As if you couldn't tell by the title. I have been getting inundated with telemarketer calls the last couple days, and I'm guessing it's because it's the end of the month. But today I got one that just really rubbed me the wrong way. I mean, it completely pissed me off. They called for somebody, and they asked for William. Okay, there are 2 Williams that live in my house. And I asked, which William are you looking for? And they said one that I don't know the name. Well, I know the name because I know who it is, but it's not a real person, and so I politely said, I'm sorry, there's nobody by that name here. And the telemarketer gets all huffy and says, well, fuck you, bitch, and hung up. Seriously? First of all, I never asked you to call me, okay? Second of all, you keep interrupting my day. All I get done is answering stupid telemarketer calls, right? I didn't ask any of them to call me. As a matter of fact, I have filled out the do not call list again because I've been getting so many calls, right? Third of all, that is no way to treat somebody that you're cold calling. You do not call them a fucking bitch. Now, yes, I can be, but I was being polite, okay? I could have been a total bitch and chewed them out for just calling. But no. I asked which person they were wanting, knowing that there are 2 different ones that live here. And when they said a name that does not live here, I was polite and said, I'm sorry, that person doesn't live here. Now, what is wrong with that? Why does that make me a bitch? I can go from 0 to bitch and nothing flat, if I need to. Pretty much like any other woman and some men in the world. I can do that, but I didn't. Don't you call me and get mad when you're calling somebody that doesn't exist. Okay? That's not my problem you're calling. I realize it's your job. You're probably having a bad day, but you don't take it out on the potential customers, you know? If you're trying to sell me something, or asking for a charitable contribution, or offering me a service that I may or may not want, you don't go to fuck you, bitch. That's just wrong. That is not customer service. And you're in a customer service job. Perhaps you need to find a different job if that's how you're going to treat the people you're calling. Seriously. I mean, I can't stand telemarketers. I would never do that job because I don't like being called at all times. I mean, they freaking woke me up. I hadn't had much sleep overnight. I was trying to take a nap because I had a headache. And they woke me up. And yet I was still managing to be more or less pleasant on the phone. I didn't bitch them out for waking me up. I mean, usually they call when I'm trying to cook dinner or we're eating dinner, or if they decide they want to be morning callers, they wake me up in the mornings, which that's part of my problem today, is I have had today, I had 6 phone calls within a half-hour time span, only one of which was one that I needed. One was confirming a doctor's appointment. The other 5 were telemarketers. Okay? So I was already grumpy to start with. But I managed to be more or less pleasant on the phone, telling them sorry, that person doesn't live here, because they're all calling for this other person that doesn't exist. And most of them were okay. You know, they were like, oh, sorry, and hung up, or they just hung up, which in itself is just rude. But the ones that are like, oh, sorry, and hung up, that's cool, They don't know who they're calling. They have no idea who they're calling. And I respect that. It's a tough job. I wouldn't want to do that job. Because, they've got to have probably a 98% hang-up rate, I very seriously doubt they're getting very many people listening to their whole spiel and then buying whatever it is they're selling. Or donating to their cause, or whatever. I don't. And the ones that really piss me off are the ones that want to change our electric. Whoever came up with this bullshit about different providers for the same electric is just, they need to be slapped. We have gotten so many calls. And see, my dad is 84. And he has some dementia going on now. And I swear it's a scam. Okay? This is why I think it's a scam. Because they're preying on people who cannot make an informed decision. Okay? They got my dad to switch to one called Santana. And that was okay. As long as that's the only one, right? But no. The next day somebody else calls. And they try to get them to switch to them. And then somebody else calls and wants them to switch their version. And somebody else calls wanting that. Somewhere along the line, somebody switched without us saying to switch. Or they confused my dad into thinking that it was the same company. And they switched him, and now Santana wants us to pay a $100 fee for canceling them. And this other company wants us to pay them extra because our bill was late. We're not saving any money. Where's the savings? We never saw any savings, right? Oh, we're going to save you all this money. No, you're not. You're not saving us anything. Because what happens is if you look at your bill, we go through AEP because of where we live. So AEP has their set of charges. And then whatever provider you choose has their set of charges. 2 sets of charges, okay? You're not saving anything. Or if you are, it's so minor, you're not going to notice. So now, I have to keep telling them no. And they don't want to talk to me because my name's not on the bill. They want to talk to my dad. And I'm like, no, he's 84. He's got dementia. He can't make an informed decision. I'm the one that pays the bill because I'm on the checking account now so that I can make sure his bills are getting paid. Which for a while they weren't because he forgot. I'm finally getting him caught up on things. And all these people are just so rude. Well, we only want to talk to him. Well, you're not going to talk to him. I answer the phone. I pay the bill. You're not talking to him. So whenever I hear it's about the electric, I just automatically turn it off. Just because I don't want to deal with it. And I don't know even who it was that was calling today. They asked for William. And I say, which William? And they say a name that doesn't match anybody that lives here. And then I say, I'm sorry, there's nobody here by that name. And I'm the bitch? You didn't even tell me who you were. I don't even know what company it was calling. So I can't even go back and say, hey, look, somebody called from your company, and this is what they said to me, and I don't appreciate it. You know? It's just not right. If you're going to be in a customer service job, then give customer service. Be polite. If you're cold calling somebody and you don't know who you're calling, assume that they're having a bad day. Always assume that they're having a bad day. Okay? Assume that you're interrupting something important, because 9 times out of 10 you probably are. And be nice. Be polite. Don't say, fuck you, bitch, and hang up. You'll get a lot farther in this world if you're polite. That's all I've got for now.